given as much information as she could and the landing of books from her library, you guys sort of spent a couple of days studying and kind of getting ready to kind of gird yourselves to just exactly where you needed to go. Given griffins to ride on, you guys took off, sailed towards a floating tower about 20 minutes away from Candlekeep, owned by the mage Traxigor, a very powerful archmage who is friends with Silvira Civicus. Upon entering, you guys found a small otter kind of running around looking for something, wearing a nice button-up red shirt, much to the delight of Siren. Upon introducing yourselves, you learned that he was Traxigor, and he sort of just polymorphed himself into that form because he likes it a lot. Then you met Silvira's friend, who was staying with Traxigor, a small golden furry elephant with wings named Lulu, who kind of told you her somewhat garbled backstory of what she could remember and kind of what happened as she sort of was the mount of Zariel as they rode into Hell and were defeated by some of the Hell Riders who kind of turned on Zariel, just for greed and power. And she did not know what happened then, what happened after, but Zariel gave her sword to hide, but she just couldn't remember where the sword is. Using the plane shift spell, you guys were shifted dead into the middle of the eastern part of El Terrell. Here it was truly a sort of hellish landscape, hot winds, ash, fire everywhere, the sounds of screams as the second sun, known as the Companion, still flies over El Terrell, but now is this dark black void that shoots off lightning, somewhat destroying buildings in its wake. As soon as you arrived, you were assaulted by a roaming pack of Elturians that seemingly turned into ghouls just due to the hellish manifestation of this place. Seeking a place to rest for a bit, Rhea took you to a schoolhouse she was familiar with, but was horrified when she opened the door and found that the children inside had somewhat just eaten their teacher and were kind of crawling out to try to get at her until she kind of dropped all the emotion from her face and began to join Key Lim in the sort of mechanical motions of ending this unlife for these poor children. Taking rest in Leoman in Wax's tiny little invisible hut. Sally really said she needed to go to the bathroom. Chani, wanting to get away from the dead school children, decided that she was going to join Sally, much to Sally's sort of dismay. She really wanted to go out alone, but Chani just, no matter what, Chani was going. So Chani marched forth with her to where they started handling their business, as Sally kind of walked off a little bit further away and there encountered a large winged devilish creature. Not immediately attacking Sally, the creature began to have a conversation. Chani joined in and was sort of invited along the conversation as this Vrock was seemingly questioning the meaning of his existence here in this war-torn place and if he should even really be here. Sort of charmed by Sally, the Vrock bid the two adieu and took off, while Nevermore was relaying everything back to Ravenclaw, and Ravenclaw was sort of telling everybody in the house exactly what was happening. A little bit shaken by the encounter, Chani kind of hung back a little bit as Sally kind of moved forth and decided to find a house to laugh in. And while all this is taking place, a loud crash and just screams erupting out close by that everybody was able to hear. That's what we're going to pick up. Shawnee, everybody that's back in the house, sort of, you begin to hear these sort of screams, like these like blood-curdling screams of pain kind of emanating. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
I'm still on the title screen.
Same here.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. There we go.
So, I forget, but was I distracted by something in particular that kept me from following Sally when she went off, or did she just turn invisible and walked away, right?
She turned invisible and walked away. And you had no idea because the Vrock, the sort of, you were beginning to sort of go to the bathroom when the large wings started beating and the shadow flew over and you're like, oh, clenched butt, and you really couldn't go. And then once that was all over, you're finally like, oh, I really need to go to the bathroom.
All right. So while I'm midstream, I will I'll call out and say, Sally, are you still around? Where'd you go?
Nevermore actually flew over to you, and hearing you say that Nevermore is going to relay a message from Ravenclaw and just go, ah! She ran off.
Everybody with a 15 or higher knows that the screaming is coming from the north of you. Sally knows that it's to her immediate west, but she's not really too worried about the screams of civilians.
I look to the bird and say, you heard that, right? And then I pull up my drawers and there's no time to wait. I start heading to the north.
Yeah, Rhea rips out her sword and Lulu's like, they could need help. We should go.
That didn't sound like Johnny.
Johnny was fine from what Nevermore was telling me, but we should get going. And
with Rhea's perception check, she's pretty much bird dogging the main group. Chani, with your 18, you sort of just muscle run back through the alleyway, and you sort of skid to a halt in the main road over here, just as the group is sort of emerging out, and you see Rhea sort of take off. And she begins running north with the group in tow. And you guys watch as Chani and her long strides just catch up just as fast. Chani has joined the main group.
Johnny, is that Sally screaming? I do not see her with you.
She went off to pee in private. I didn't see where she went. She must have used magic. She didn't want me to see where she went to go to the bathroom.
She snuck off and turned invisible. I doubt that's his Sally.
I have my doubts, but she did negotiate with the devil.
She what?
I saw. I was watching through Nevermore's eyes. Walks, you already know this. I was telling you all.
Yes, I still can't believe she's able to talk to some winged beast and actually still be alive.
I raised an eyebrow at Ravenclaw
Doesn't
and
speak
said,
infernal, Walks. What did you expect? Remember
I
they turned
raised
into you.
Go ahead, Ken.
I raise an eyebrow at Ravenclaw and say, you weren't watching me pee, right?
No, not at all. Nevermore was following Sally.
If Nevermore the Raven could blush, it would blush.
Yeah. Oh well, I did get naked in front of all the girls. I'm not that shy, but I didn't get naked in front of Ravenclaw. So, okay, let's just continue going to the sound of the screams. Hopefully, we'll see Sally there.
You guys run forth, and the closer north you get, you start to home in on this house right here, and you're looking at the back half, and you can see where it just caved in, and you're hearing some sort of groaning screams. Two very deep, gruff male voices, and one sort of like deep, smoky female voice almost. And they're sort of, help us! And they're just sort of struggling inside.
Thorn's gonna charge in.
Thorn sort of picks up the pace and sort of brings his shield up and crashes through the door. Rhea hot on his tail, closely followed by Chani, and everybody begins making their way in. And what you look at is you're seeing a 2-story home, but the second story has completely caved in. The only thing really holding up what's left of the roof is just the sturdy oak banners and posts that are kind of left of the structure underneath. And you're hearing screams now from the piles of rubble underneath, as it seems these 3 individuals are trapped. Rhea immediately just holsters her sword and she runs towards the pile of scraps, and she begins to start moving stone.
If there's no sign of obvious enemies, Thorn's gonna help moving the larger pieces as well.
Okay.
Lulu flies over, and you see she's trying to move small rocks over with her trunk, trying to help. Thorn, go ahead and give me a athletics check. Rhea will do the same. Ooh, that's 1 success, 1 failure. She's trying to pick up a larger sort of stone and move it out of the way, and as she does so, the pile kind of shifts, and you hear a kind of coming from the pile.
I would like to shoulder Rhea aside and say, excuse me, but I may be of better assistance here. And, I mean, I am bigger than her, right? So
you are much larger than her, but she's a pretty strong kind of paladin / cleric individual. But yeah, you step in, and she's just going to help you with whatever you need. So go ahead and give me an athletics check. Thorn, give me another athletics check, please. Okay.
Well, what's up there, robot? Frickin' Terminator over there?
Come with me if you want to live.
Right?
I need 3 more checks to successfully remove the pile. As now Thorn is beginning to move stone. Chani, after that successful check, you sort of expose one of the arms, and you see that they are sort of squat, muscular dwarves that have been caught in this collapse. Oh, Siren gets in there and starts hucking around stone. I need 2 more athletics checks. Doesn't matter from who.
God dang, I got nothing in athletics. Crap.
Perfect. It takes you guys a little over 10 minutes of hard moving and shifting these stones out of the way, but you guys were able to get all the stone off. At that time, Nevermore, as you're Ravenclaw, as you and Nevermore kind of keep an eye, you see that Sally's just casually walking in that direction. And she kind of turns, and then she sees you, Ravenclaw, and she just kind of inclines her head a little bit. At least they stopped screaming. For the love of all that is holy, they're going to bring everything down on us. You should have just left them to die.
How about you just get in here and help?
I don't dirty my hands with manual labor. I'm not a lower noble like yourself. And she kind of walks in a little bit and leans against the door. Ravenclaw and Nevermore, give me perception checks.
Okay, I'm going to roll for Nevermore. He doesn't have a button, so I'm going to manually roll this.
What do you mean he doesn't have a button? Just hit the wisdom on the NPC sheet. If he doesn't have perception, then it's just his wisdom modifier. Sally kind of rejoins the group. And you guys have uncovered what seem to be two dwarf male sort of commoners, but they're wearing what looks to be like heavy leather kind of overalls and really bloodied up and torn, like long white long john shirts underneath. And then there's another, the female dwarf, and you see that she's wearing the vestments of Moradin. They sort of hammer and anvil, sort of emblazoned on her her cloth robes. Thank goodness you all showed up. We were running, and we went to duck in here, but as soon as we closed the door, it just collapsed. We didn't even get a chance to. Oh, thank goodness.
Are you injured at all?
I'm fine. And she kind of moves over and she starts looking at the other two. Like, been in a lot more cave-ins than this. I'm good to go. Same here. I'm good. Anvil's blessings that there's some decent folk about.
Have you seen any other survivors?
Scattered here and there. Most of the people are just running around scared or hiding. For a while, there were some bands of people sort of working together, hoping to strengthen numbers. But after a while, it's the creatures here are much too strong, and most of the people tried to flee across the bridges. There are devils on the opposite side. They seem to be holding the bridge. We couldn't even get towards the middle. We just didn't have the strength. And as we were coming here, we were accosted and chased by some other roving band of monsters. We lost them, but now we're here.
How many devils did you encounter on the bridge?
She kind of looks over at the other two. 3 or 4? That's all I can remember. And Siren, as you kind of ask, he's like, no, we were on our way to Baldur's Gate, coming in from the mountains. We decided to stop in the Holy City to rest. Long on the road. And then, well, everything literally went to hell. It's just rotten luck on our part.
Well, you've had bad timing, now you have fortunate timing. Anyway, it's glad to see that you three are safe.
Guys, were you guys with, who was the guy's name who ran Baldur's Gate again? The one that went missing?
Oh, Ulder Ravengard?
Yeah. They've seen him.
We don't know. If anything, he'd be in the High Cathedral and High Hole, the castle that's upon the cliff top. We weren't permitted in that part of town with all the extra security with him visiting and all. Plus, we didn't have much business on that side. We were mostly trying to recuperate recuperate some spent, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Supplies. And I just remember the sky going black and the screams. There were so many screams and the sounds of chains. Giant chains winching and winching and winching until we found ourselves here.
Well, we are on our way across that bridge, since we were in search of Uther's Raven Guard. As much as I would say you should stay somewhere safe, it might be wiser for you to accompany us.
And it is at that time that Ravenclaw feels a bunch of spikes slamming into his back through the doorway.
Said a bunch of spikes.
Bunch of spikes. We're gonna roll initiative.
Doppelgangers.
We are rolling initiative. How come I can't get to the map?
Sally kind of had the right of it. The screams were attracting some unsavory individuals.
Why are there two versions of us on this map? I don't know which one to click when I roll initiative.
Roll the one in the house. I think I accidentally copy-pasted too many. There we go.
Okay. So we're in the room, not on the street.
Yes, you guys are in this house, and you guys have unearthed Velcora, the acolyte of Moradin, and Kartra and Stroven, who are two dwarven stonesmiths.
Right, I have studded leather armor +1 now. I was wondering why my AC was wrong, but it's not wrong.
Yeah, you do.
Let's see if I actually get to make use of my spirit guardians this time. Or ancestor guardians.
What was that, Jeremy? Oh, okay. Let me pull up Keelan's sheet. Can somebody check chat to see if Keelam rolled initiative for me?
Yeah, I can scroll up. Elam got a 13.
Okay, so he should be in chat. There he is.
And it looks like we have, I don't know where Siren got her 9v6. We're a party of 11.
Yeah. You guys got some dwarves to help.
I think we're a party.
Wait.
Count Sally.
I'm not counting any dwarves. I'm counting Rhea, Lulu, and Nevermore as part of our party of 8, which makes us a party of 11. Yeah, we have the numbers, man. We're a small army marching down through hell.
All part of the plan. Let's see here. Okay, there's going to be 2 Spine Devils that are making ranged attacks against Ravenclaw.
I don't see. We don't. Are we not supposed to see where they're coming from? Because I don't see the devils.
They're right outside the house.
Did I move you to the right map?
I see them.
Ravenclaw
Sorry,
sees.
there you go. Can you see the opening of the door? Just north of Ravenclaw there?
Yes, now I see
Kinda
kind of the
see.
corner of something right here. Okay.
Yes. So Ravenclaw as well. Let's see if I hit you with these 2 Spine Devils here. Sadly, because of the 2 crit fails, this is a surprise round. So here comes first Tailspine Ravenclaw. 22. You take 3 piercing and 2 fire. Second Tailspine. 18. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
You take 6 piercing, 1 fire. Here comes the second Spine Devil. A 14 hit you?
No.
And a 21. You'll take 5 piercing and 2 fire. Oh, did I roll for Sally? God damn it. I did not, because I'm an idiot. Ravenclaw, you sort of get hit by all the tail spines, and then you kind of get shoved into the door and you turn around, and you see 3 of the winged devils outside flying in a very strange looking creature with armor and sort of like a gilded baby head.
I nearly buckle at the door as my temporary blessing I had over me also fades and I actually start bleeding. Looks like we have company.
You guys see this strange creature outside? Looks like that. And you hear this sort of childlike baby voice that's coming through this metallic mask Ravenclaw as he sort of holds out his weapon and he says, "Take them. We'll eat them later. Top of round 1, Johnny."
That thing looks creepy.
Yeah, that thing does look creepy. Looks like something out of the Addams Family. I'm going to move forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I think this is the thing that is the creepy thing you showed us.
Yes. And you can see, like, it has this sort of, like, dwarfish body in musculature and, like, width, but it's very stout. But you see this small, like, gilded brass baby head sort of moving around and looking at you as this voice is emanating from it with this, like, metallic tang. And it's quite unnerving.
Okay, so I am going to rage, pull out one of my javelins, and hurl it at the baby head creature.
Okay, is this a normal attack?
Well, I don't know what you mean by normal.
Or are you gonna make this
I'm not going to be reckless. Just
there you go. Sorry, my brain is slowly
that's
trying
okay.
to catch up.
Yeah, I actually had to think about why you were asking that too, and then it occurred to me, oh yeah, I do that ability. No, I'll go ahead and just hurl it normal.
26 definitely hits.
Alright, so it does a little bit of damage to him, but the according to my ancestral protectors, he is the first creature I hit with an attack.
Okay.
It doesn't specify melee, so my guardian ancestors are surrounding him.
I gave him the castle.
Perfect. I do get to make 2 attacks. Since
You see that your javelin, as it strikes, sort of gets squeezed out of its body and kind of falls to the ground, not having as much effect on it as you thought it would.
Alright, well, since I'm just raging anyway, I'm gonna hurl my second javelin.
Nice. This is almost like a right hand, left hand double javelin throw. It's
Yep.
awesome.
Not
The
as
9
good as my
misses.
left hand, I guess.
That was the
Right.
left hand.
The 9 misses as he takes his long, wicked-looking halberd and kind of flicks it in the air and knocks this one out of the way. And he lowers it, and he's going to begin to charge at you.
Okay, I'm drawing my sword as he's charging forward.
Okay.
That ends my turn.
It is his turn, and he's... And he comes in, and he's just going to make a huge swipe at you. Make sure it's normal. 16?
That will hit.
You'll take 3 points of slashing damage as it sort of, like a flash, sinks in, and then almost just as fast it gets pulled out, and then it spins almost blurringly as it strikes down again, coming at your shoulder.
Wait a minute. I should have...
Missing with a 9 as you get your sword up right away, like, oh fuck, and kind of deflect it as its attack speed is really starting to pick up. That's the end of its turn.
Okay, that's right.
This Spine Devil is
Well, thank goodness. I thought it was going to mess me up.
15, 20. It's going to shoot a spike at Chani and a spike at Ravenclaw. Oh, sorry, that doesn't count. This is 19, Chani.
That will hit me.
You take 1 point of piercing and 3 points of fire. As the second one, as this one kind of hits you in the abdomen and it causes you to buckle a bit, the second one flies over your neck towards Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw 17.
That hits.
Okay. You take 5 points of piercing and only 1 point of fire, and the Spine Devil is going to continue to strafe. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Wait. To there. That's just good. Nevermore.
Nevermore's gonna fly over there, still invisible, and by the help action and Spine Devil as he flies by.
Okay, the guy with the wrench, next attack has advantage. Is that the end of Nevermore's turn?
Yes.
Siren.
Dash. 5, 10, 15. I know you said not to, but I'm gonna attack the one next to you. So sorry in advance.
Sneak attack! Go ahead and make your attack. 23 definitely hits.
And then That was 15.
You
I'll go
sort
right
of
there next to Chani right there.
nimbly
And then
dance
it's mine.
away and kind of spinning along the back of Chani, sort of looking around her hip, getting ready for the next attack.
To back.
Nice. Thank you.
Stroven is going to use half of his movement to stand up. He's going to pick up a rock. 5, 10 feet to there. This might be a disadvantage. Yeah, he's going to throw this at disadvantage. So toggle disadvantage. I'm just going to make a club attack. Ooh, 18. It's really good with a rock. Takes 1 point of damage from the rock. That's the end of Stroven's turn. Where are you, Spine Devil? Spine Devil! This Spine Devil. Ooh, it sees something it wants to play with. 5, 10, 15. 22 tail spikes at Siren. Okay, it's on normal. Missing with an 11, and the second one, a 21. So as you sort of jump into the air and kind of twist, avoiding the first one, the second one just slams into your inner thigh, sort of causing you to buckle and almost fall to the ground. Siren, you take 6 points of piercing, 1 fire, and you can half that to 3 points of piercing, 1 fire. So 4 total damage. That 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet to there. Sally kind of pushes herself against the wall, off the wall, and she's like, I told you. Should have stopped them from screaming. 5, 10, 15, 20 into Ravenclaw's space. Ray of Frost against the... You know what? She's going to use the Ray of Frost against the Spine Devil with advantage. Hitting with a 19. I think it is... It does resist it, so it's going to take 4 points of cold. And she kind of moves, and then she'll do the Chris Tucker thing from The Fifth Element, just kind of wave her hand at you, Ravenclaw, like, zzz, zzz. Ravenclaw's her.
I'm watching that right now.
I'm gonna slowly, as I'm staring at Sally, my left hand is gonna turn towards that Spine Devil. I'm gonna snap my finger and hex him. And then I'm gonna unleash my Eldritch Raven on him.
Is there no save on your hex? It just happens?
It just happens.
And can you ping the Spine Devil for me, please? And then what would you like to give it disadvantage to?
Oh, why do I always forget about that?
You're lucky I'm a kind and generous dungeon master.
Those ability checks, right?
Yes, ability checks. So, strength or dexterity, stuff like that.
I'm gonna go with charisma. I think that might help. Walks.
Okay. Make a note. This guy with the skull, disadvantage on charisma checks. Now, just checks, not saving throws. Just remember that. Okay. Boom, cast a spell, bonus action, hex that guy. Ooh, the first one misses. You sort of move your hand forward to cast the first one, and where one of the spines in your back kind of smarts a little bit, you kind of buckle. Next attack on you, if one is taken, will have advantage, and the 19 hits. And that was
use the
against
hex
this guy, right?
Yes.
8 plus. 8 plus 3, not too bad. Total of 11. Wow, I completely fucked that up. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Key Lim. Jeremy, you here? Okay. Key Lim is going to sort of pull out his scalpel. 5, 10, 15, 20. Said, leaving it to you, Chani. 25. 30, 35 with his fast movement there, and then he is going to stab out. I honestly don't know if this is what he would do or throw a coffin nail, but this is what I'm going to do. Here comes the scalpel. Hitting with a 19. Doing 5 points, nearly killing. And here comes his unarmed strike. For 23, as he sort of does like a capoeira kick, as he kind of puts his palm on the ground and just crack right into the thing's jaw. His attacks are magical at level 5, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he doesn't resist anything, and it's just over to you.
I mean, that wasn't the case with my monk. They weren't magical until I hit level 6. But he should get two. He should get 2 regular attacks, and an unarmed strike is a bonus action.
Oh no, because he's only a level 4 monk. I apologize, because he multi-classed into fighter to get second wind.
That's right.
But with his left, even with the non-magical damage halved, it's enough to kill that devil, as he only had 2 hit points left.
Gotcha.
Ravenclaw, do you wait to move your hex until your turn?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to spend any of his key points. I'm just going to do that. Walks.
Okay. Can I see that creature that Chani's attacking? Like, can I see the weapon that he's swinging?
Currently, yes, you can see more than half of him. So you see that he's wielding a very large halberd, much too big for its body, but he's swinging it around like it's made of air.
Alright, he'll quickly adjust his hat and just... Hold on, Chani! I always wanted to try this! And he'll quickly chant, he'll quickly make a little enchantment in Elvish, and throw his hand out, and he's going to cast Heat Metal on the halberd.
Let me pull up his picture.
If it'll...
Okay, I'm gonna let you do it. This is gonna be funny. Okay, so you heat the metal on its weapon. And it's a weapon, so it doesn't make a save as you heat the axe blade head, and you watch as the axe blade begins to glow, as the haft of it is made of wood, and the actual blade and the blunt end are made of metal. So in essence, you're giving it a very heated axe head.
Fantastic! It's going to do fire damage against me that I can't resist. Thanks, Wox.
I thought the whole weapon was made out of metal!
You're
I
rad.
wanted to try this spell. Oh no!
I want you on my team.
Can I immediately just cut it when I start to notice it going wrong?
Yes, it's a concentration. It's a concentration spell, so you can immediately end it if you want as a free action. You just end up burning that spell slot.
It's okay, I want to try it, but it's like, as soon as I see, the heat forming right where it's not supposed to be. Like, oh shit! No, cancel it! Floating around some bitch trying to like shut the magic down.
Yeah, if he had a sword, I would say like yes, you heat it and it begins to burn its hand a little bit. Just because, but it's just a huge like wooden haft and handle on it, halberd. So, yeah.
Crap. Oh well, I'll just like.
And the only reason I played it like that is because I showed you guys a picture of this thing.
God damn it! I'm so sorry. So yeah, he'll draw his rapier and start heading 5, 10, 15. It'll probably be about right here, so he gets a good eye on this thing for his next attempt, and going to be very apologetic to Johnny.
Yeah, it is a thing of absolute nightmares. Okay, Chris, just to get you kind of caught up, the screams were emanating from a building. You kind of heard it, but you don't care. Like, you know, like, who are they? I don't know these people. But when you heard your group sort of moving through the street, you're like, fine, I guess I'll join them. And you kind of went forward as the group went in, and they began to help what looked to be 3 trapped dwarves that were stuck underneath rubble. To which you told them, you should have just left them there. They would have drawn everybody to them, and we could have, you know, moved around without any care, but of course nobody wanted to leave the dwarves, and you kind of just huffed over and kind of leaned against the wall and watched them work. And you've really been just kind of laying into Ravenclaw a little bit, teasing him. And a bunch of devils now attacked, drawn by the screams. I didn't use any of your spell slots. I didn't use anything that you had. Just a Ray of Frost against a Spine Devil is now dead. And then now we're going to keep on going. Past Wax's turn. Velcora is going to use half of her movement to stand up. 5, 10 feet to there. She can only see. She sees Wax with a sword. She sees Beta and also Rhea. So she is going to cast Bless on Wax, Ravenclaw, and Rhea. So Wax, Ravenclaw, you guys have a D4 to attacks and saving throws.
Awesome.
Go ahead and give yourselves the heart. Give yourselves the heart for Bless.
Where's the body of the devil?
It's outside the door here. You might not be able to see it. It's outside this door on the outside.
Okay.
Kartra is going to use half of his movement. 5, 10 next to Strovan, following the lead. He's going to pick up a rock, throw it at disadvantage. This one bounces and kind of hits off your calf a little bit, Johnny. I apologize! That's the end of his turn. Thorn, there is some butt that needs to be blown.
Since I'm mid-rage, it's probably okay. It won't even bruise me.
Thorn, I didn't see you there. She's going to give you Bless instead of Rhea.
See if I can make it outside. Then I think I'm gonna Misty Step.
Misty Step?
Wait, Misty Step? You can do that?
It's one of my oath spells.
Incredible. You have to describe this to me, please. I want to know how.
So
what happens when he Misty Steps.
So you know when Thorn does his lay on hands, the power comes from his eye and it goes down the symbols down his arm. Well, when he Misty Steps, all the symbols on his body just kind of flash and he's somewhere else.
Did it always like Terminator style? There's a big hole in the ground.
Oh yeah, it's like superhero landing right in front of him.
You guys watch as Thorn appears out in the street, suddenly naked and steaming.
Naked as in I lost the cloak.
Yeah.
God. Give me your clothes and your weapons now.
Give me your clothes, your boots, and your horse.
2. Bonus action, Misty Step, and as you appear, you watch as you really caught that Spine Devil who was sort of eyeing Siren completely off guard, and now it's... Give me because this is not something that they would expect something like you to do. So go ahead and give me a general, just one regular stealth check. If you can beat a 15 on a regular stealth roll, I'll give you advantage on this first attack.
So I'm wearing heavy armor. Do I have disadvantage on stealth for this?
Nope, because you literally phased in from somewhere else and it didn't see you.
Mark, did we
You
rest?
literally just appeared. Okay. So it recovered quick enough to sort of move out of the way and get into a more defensive position.
Mark, did we rest at all before this?
No, we came directly from your cackling laughter in the hidden alleyway.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
You found your happy spot to go laugh, and then this immediately happened after.
Okay, I did because I remember I cast invisibility last time, so I just want to make sure I marked it off on my spell slot.
Okay.
13?
A 12. Oh, a 13 does hit with your bless. This is your silvered sword, right? Yep. Okay, it's gonna take all of it.
Second attack.
That'll hit. Oh wow, you messed this thing up.
Slash. You are terminated.
That is true, Sally. They did attack Ravenclaw, who was distracted as he was trying to keep a watch out on the road. As they were sort of digging and speaking to the dwarves. Even Nevermore, oddly enough, was just as distracted, causing a couple of the devils to get the jump on him. Okay.
That will be my... Oh, wait. Bonus action, Misty Step, so I'll kick him next time.
Okay. He's going to make an attack at you. Their attacks suck so bad they only have a +2. He's going to lash out with the two-tined fork that it has in its hand. Missing you, but this is going to allow him to fly away with his flyby action. And he's going to go 40 feet up at an angle. Well, he's going to go 20 feet up first. And he's desperate. He's going to try to hit you with a spine attack. Missing. And now he's going to go 20 feet up to a total of 40 feet in the air.
Highway, little bird.
You can see the winged 4 on his token. That stands for the 10-foot increments of 40. That's the end of his turn. Beta. Son of a gun. I didn't put Ray in initiative today.
Right.
That's fine, she doesn't need the help.
She'll go... I'll put her in at a 1.
15. Oh. Ugh. Okay. I'm gonna Sacred Flame this time. If it fails.
That's the baby mask?
Yep. The weird baby face thing.
Okay. You watch as you move forward and you thrust out your holy symbol, and you watch as soon as the magic begins to come down, he almost splits into 5 different people as these shadow shapes begin to move around him, giving him advantage.
Oh, lovely. Ugh. That's not creepy.
19. And as the fire sort of streaks down and hits next to him, you watch as the shadow shapes sucking
Wait,
together.
Mark, what did this guy attack somebody that wasn't me?
Who?
This guy.
Oh no, he's only attacked you. That was his save against Beta's Sacred Flame.
Okay. Yeah, okay, it says dexterity. I thought it was an attack. I'm sorry.
No problem. So as the shapes flare out and the flames kind of come down and hit the ground, he watches the shapes sucking back together as like the shadow forms kind of coalesce into the one creepy baby head body.
Ugh.
Wow.
You have bonus action and I think a little bit more movement.
I think I used up almost all of my movement.
Okay.
Are you prone, Beta?
No. Sorry. I forgot to take that off my floor.
I thought you were crawling.
No. She's not crawling. She doesn't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be her turn. Just right there.
Lulu doesn't want to risk using her trumpet just yet, so she's just going to fly around anxiously, ending her turn there. Rhea, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What can she do? You know what? She's just going to charge. 35, 10, 15, 20. 25 to there, double moving. That's everything she's got. I'm going to move Beta back. Top of round 2, Chani.
Okay, so I'm gonna move a little to the side here to get out of the way of the doorway, giving people some better vantage, and drawing upon all my furious anger, I am going to recklessly attack and cleave this thing in half with my greatsword.
Okay.
So I will recklessly attack twice with my greatsword.
20 hits.
Doing 13 with my silver sword. And then I'll, if he's not dead.
Still not dead.
Why are you not? There you go. I will swipe at him again
24 hits.
for another 11. As my spiritual ancestors are pecking at him, and I'm swinging at him. You will die, babyface.
You're cleaving the crap out of him, and you're watching as the sort of bronzish metal coating the baby face is starting to crack a little bit. And you kind of hear it like, you'll pay for that, as it sort of like calls out in its very weird, creepy, childlike voice. Okay, here comes some halberd attacks with advantage. 25. You'll take 5 slashing. And 18. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
You'll take another 5 slashing. And sadly, that's all it can do.
Your pitiful weak attack caused but a scratch.
She's bleeding from the mouth.
As it's just trying to hit you in its infantile rage. That's the end of its turn. This devil is... See, I think I don't even need to make an attack. The devil doesn't provoke when it flies out of enemy's reach. Okay. So this one is going to go 20 feet at an angle here. It's going to shoot 2 spines at Shawnee. Mill it though. 20 feet to there, 2 spines at Shawnee. 21. You'll take 3 piercing, 6 fire. Does a 16 hit?
Sorry, is it attacking me? I didn't hear it.
Yes.
Yeah, 16 does hit me.
Okay. So that's 2 piercing, 2 fire. So you'll take a total of 5 piercing and 8 fire.
Okay.
And then it's going to stay 20 feet up in the air. 5, 10, 15, 20. Wing 2. Nevermore.
Getting ready to die.
Nevermore's gonna fly up to it, provide the help action, and then go back down.
Okay. Siren.
Alright, Charlie, I know you're gonna get mad at me, but this is the only thing I can hit right now.
Yep, you're gonna steal my kill. It's cool.
23 hits. That is enough to kill it.
Babyface met its doom. That's alright, I'm still granting advantage to all the Spine Devils.
Siren, give me a wisdom saving.
I'm surprised you're killing
Right,
children, Tony.
What
A wisdom saving.
wisdom? Is it saving throw or just straight wisdom?
Saving.
Can I ask why the Gorgon had advantage on Chani, or am I misreading?
Chani was attacking recklessly.
Doesn't Chani's spirit people give disadvantage?
Not against attacks against her. Disadvantage against other people.
Okay.
Right?
Right. So the disadvantage is if it attacks something besides me. But Mark was only attacking me, so the Ancestral Guardians did nothing again.
It's because the Ancestral Guardians is kind of a when I think of that class flavor, I think of Chani like calling down her ancestors to witness her in battle, and them kind of aiding her in her battle prowess, and kind of saying like prove it, and making these sort of creatures she's attacking attack her by helping the others. That's how I kind of see it, at least.
So I'm gonna multi-class into Paladin after this. I don't want to be a barbarian anymore.
There is a moment as you stab in and pull out your rapier that these sort of screaming children's screams begin to emanate in your mind before you back up and kind of cover your ears a little bit and kind of shake it away, not taking any effect on you. Okay. Is that the end of your turn? Would you like to continue your movement?
Yeah, I'll go. So let's see, that's here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 right next to Thorn.
Okay. Side by side with Thorn. Just going to pick up a rock. 20, 25. He's going to throw a rock at disadvantage because he's Stroven. Oh, just barely missing with a 12. This guy's good. Sally, it is your turn.
Shoot, 1, 2. I see this one. If I must, and
You have advantage.
You do have advantage on him.
I'm gonna shoot a ray of frost. Just slow him down.
23 will hit. That's some good damage.
So his speed is reduced by 10 feet due to the ray of frost.
He is going to resist the cold damage, though. So he'll take 7 of it.
Oh, God damn it! I didn't. Okay, fine. Next time I know what I'm doing next.
Okay.
But,
Boot 1 stands for 10 feet less movement.
Alright, and then I will go back here and lean back against the wall.
Ravenclaw.
I'm gonna move my hex over to it. Spine Devil in the air. This time,
They're both in the air. Which one?
I don't see
The healthier one, or the less healthier one? There's one here at 40 feet, and there's one here at 20 feet.
Oh, I can't even see the other one.
Oh. Hold on, he's in a house. He needs to be above the house. Give me a second. I'm an idiot.
That's a tall house. If it's 40 feet inside.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot him and hex him.
Okay.
And I'll just choose Dex checks.
Okay. $25 hits.
Don't even need to roll the bliss.
Do it, just for spite. Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna kill him even without the hex damage.
Guess that would have been overkill. And I'll aim the second Eldritch Ray at the other one. But since I've already rolled my hex, that won't be able to get moved until next turn.
Sort of gets hit, and you watch as it just kind of like a broken kite just begins to spin and just slams in through the roof, falling into the building. Jeremy, are you back? Okay.
Does a 13 hit?
Oh, God, I'm sorry, Doug. A 13 does hit. I thought your turn was over. I'm so sorry.
12.
That almost takes him out.
And that ends my turn.
30. He's going to take a coffin nail, shoot it up. Hitting with a 13. Doing 5 points. Ooh, still alive. And he can only throw his coffin nail once, I believe. Yep, he can only throw his coffin nail once. He's going to move here, ending his turn. Walks. It's time for you to take the glory.
Hopefully. Going to run 5, 10, 15 onto the street. Look up and down, see that one flying as fast as he can. And I'm hoping this will... Actually, should I? Hold on, let me check double check something real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. He's gonna look up at the one flying away, point at it, and he'll make his eyes grow dark as he casts Dissonant Whispers at it.
Oh, wow. Just so you know, it only has 1 hit point left.
One? Oh,
So-
alright then.
I don't know if you want to waste a spell slot on this guy.
Then Eyes will
Mark,
grow
don't
dark.
help. Let him waste shit. Just let him do it.
Eyes will grow dark, and he'll just point and just say, "Does failure even run in your family?" And just do vicious mockery instead.
Okay.
Which, if he makes this,
15, so he just makes it.
yeah. Probably point as it's like not like, what I just go over like away from the door, just like start banging it on the wall. Just god damn. That's it.
Ravenclaw, you feel a hand press against your back. Velcora is going to cast Inflict Wounds. Give yourself 10 points of healing. Give yourself 10 points of healing, Ravenclaw.
I'll gonna call the group, the party, such dumbasses for saving them.
As Velcora walks up and gives you the blessing of Morden, giving you 10 hit points back. She's gonna just stand off here to the side, still trying to gather herself from after being rescued. Kartra. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Just gonna try to throw a rock. Missing with a 6. Siren, you feel a rock whiz by your right ear. I apologize, he says. Thorn.
I'm gonna have a rock, and I have to transfer since I have full range. I could shoot a fireball at it, but I don't. Wait on for a rock.
Didn't you buy some javelins too, Thor?
Yeah,
You're breaking up pretty bad right now, Brad.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that's the end of Thorn's turn. Beta.
Well, I wanted to throw the rock. I was just waiting for Wake to happen.
Oh! Sorry. Go ahead and just make an attack. Like, make a sword attack. But the damage will only be a D4. 15 hits. Go ahead and roll a D4. It'll take 2 damage and you kill it. And it unceremoniously falls to the ground dead. Alright. We are now out of initiative.
I will begin to whisper a prayer to the Raven Queen, recasting my false life.
Man, I'm kind of upset you missed that whole roleplay, Doug.
Sorry, I stepped to the bathroom super quick.
Gold Chris pretty bad.
And he just
I said she walks up behind you and puts her hand and she's gonna cast Inflict Wounds. And Chris is like, I fucking do it! It was a good one. It was a good one. Whoops, what's going on here?
Someone's gonna go pick up again and return it to the door.
Are we done?
Sister Chani, you don't look so well. Would you like some healing?
Tis but a few scratches, as I, double over a little bit and pick up my javelins. I try to play it off like I'm just picking up my javelins. But sure, I would appreciate some healing.
Well, are we done? Are we gonna rest now?
Beta is going to cast a healing word at you, at Chani.
I turn to Sally and say, so,
There
I
you go.
didn't see where you went when we went to go to the bathroom. You vanished and went off somewhere. Where did you go after speaking to the devil?
I had to go potty, and I do like to go privately.
Well, you had to go. You must have had to go like a mule or something. As Wax is still just pressing his face against the wall in the shade.
And then that wasn't a devil. I think that was more of a demon.
Perhaps we should discuss this in a more secure location. If these devils could find us, more may come.
Yes. Now, go. I agree to that, and we'll just leave bygones be bygones and just go.
Well,
Great.
I'm not talking about whatever a bygone is. I don't understand your terminology. But if you really were friends with you did negotiate a peace of sort with the devil or demon or whatever you want to call it.
We just had a chat, and now we have a potential ally.
Except for when we actually need one, and I point around at the
only
corpse.
one who understands Infernal. Nevermore
I
heard
point
every
around
single
at the-
thing that you said.
It was in our...
Ravenclaw didn't hear actually anything because it was telepathic, unless Nevermore can hear telepathic. You were relaying to them that they are speaking to a very large demon, and sort of they were just standing in front of each other, kind of looking at each other, both Chani, Sally, and the Vrock. But Nevermore never heard anything because there were no words said.
But you said actually last time that Sally was talking, but the creature was speaking telepathically.
We were communicating telepathically. I spoke at first to get his attention, but then it was all telepathic.
Yeah, after that it was all telepathic.
So that means the only thing Nevermore heard was Sally say, "I'm home."
Yes.
You didn't even hear that?
I don't know, actually.
You said that before the creature showed up.
When I say I'm home, I mentioned home while during our conversation of telepathic. I said, I asked about the war. He was tired, and I asked him, "What brings you here?" And then then we started our telepathic conversation.
It was before the creature showed up.
I can't remember.
I don't remember that at all, to be quite honest. We could look. Do you have it recorded, Doug?
I sure do.
We'll push through for now, as we go through. Velcora walks up to you, Chani, and she's like, "I'm sorry. If I would have known you were that hurt, I would have saved some of my magic. But I don't have any left. But I have this." And she reaches into her small satchel. It survived, and she's going to hand you a healing potion. It's the only thing I can offer for saving us. Thank you.
I pat the little dwarf on the head, and thank her for the potion, and immediately pop the cork off and gulp it down.
And Rhea is going to walk up to you. She's going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
That weird devil is still laying on the ground before us, right? Or did he burn up?
He's not so much burning up as right now he's sort of slowly rotting. It's different. You fought these spine devils and other devils back when you were in Baldur's Gate, and then when they died, they almost immediately turned to ash. But these ones seem to be kind of slowly melting, like over cold ice cream that's left out on the counter, and you can kind of see like wax drops of their skin sort of moving. This is where they're from. So they're not exactly poofing out into nothingness.
Checking to see if there's anything on him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. So you're looking close, and as you begin to sort of lift stuff, little bits of it are kind of breaking off. And the strange thing is the armor, quote unquote, it's wearing looks very strange. It's almost like strange metallic carapace. And it's actually a sort of natural armor that this devil is wearing, and it's not exactly like actual armor. Like it's its skin that is kind of grown out into these bulbous shapes to give it the look of armor, like a mimicry of it. But there is its halberd in its hand, and as you pick it up, you're like, well, it's actually kind of heavy.
Maybe you can use this, Johnny. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it's any better than your silver greatsword. You're pretty good with that.
Sorry, could I use the halberd? No, I don't want to use the halberd. But thank you. I would just take it. If you hand it to me, I will chuck it into the ruins of some building nearby.
You guys hear as a this arc of lightning just streaks like through this the roadway, probably about 3 blocks north of you, and you sort of look up and you see this trail of smoke and dust and flying rubble. I need everybody to give me a dexterity. Check. Give me dexterity saving throws.
Does my danger sense apply here, Mark?
It's not a trap, per se.
Or a spell?
Or a spell, but I'll say yes, because it's your ability and it's cool.
Are we still blessed?
Yes, you guys are blessed for like another couple minutes or so. Everybody managed to save. I'm not going to bother rolling the dwarves. But the city, all of a sudden, there's like a rumble and another rumble, and then now everything's like a magnitude 10 earthquake. Buildings that are falling apart and crashing to the ground, and then it begins to subside as just a massive earthquake seemed to have followed that streak of lightning. Strovan kind of looks around, his eyes are wide. It's getting worse.
Well, if you wish to make it to the castle, we should go now.
Did you see my question there, Chris? Because I got cut off a little earlier, so I put it in the chat. Essentially, you called the devil bird thing an ally. And I was wondering how it is an ally if we're in battle and it's not here to help us. What do we expect from this partnership?
Potential ally. And as you recall, it flew back down to fight in the war. It just came up for a breather. So he can be useful in the future for information that's going down below.
I certainly hope I will not come to regret not lopping its head off in the middle of the street. Certainly no one would miss one devil. One less devil would be a good thing.
But we should get going.
So do we count this as a short rest then, Mark?
You guys haven't spent an hour. You guys have gathered, did some magical healing, and looted a body. If you guys want to go back inside and hang out next to some of the dead bodies on the ground in the blood, you can.
Well, Sally wants to hurry up, so I guess we don't need a short rest. We'll just keep going.
As you saw, the orb is getting worse, and
Right, I know. You said spent some spells, so I didn't know if you wanted to rest.
I only spent one. I still have all my spell slots. I only spent one from last session, and that was invisibility.
Okay.
And as you recall, lead on Rhea to the castle. That's where you were correct. That's where most of the citizens are.
How do you know that? She looks at you.
Our friend told us.
And you can see, like, the more you speak, the more she looks at you, and her eyes are growing like slits. Like her hand is on her longsword. Like, you're getting the idea that she's not really liking you as a person.
I don't. Sally doesn't give a fuck what she thinks of me.
Torm's blade is this way. Keep low. You guys begin to slowly move.
We'll have never
Reaching an
stayed
intersection.
20 feet above us to try to keep watch.
She takes you down this way. Give me a perception check.
Do you want perception from everybody?
Yes, please. Okay. Ravenclaw, Siren, Key Limb, Walks, Thorn, and Beta. You guys hear what sound to be the kind of clopping of hooves further up. Panicked sort of screams. And kind of these loud squelching sounds further up ahead, emanating from what looks like this alleyway over here. Rhea sort of has her hand up and turns around and says quiet, and she kind of bends down and she begins to move slowly forward.
I'll slowly follow, but send Nevermore ahead, since he sent this book to scout.
Okay, you kind of point in the general direction as Nevermore wasn't able to really pick it up, and sending the sort of you guys don't need to make a stealth check. Sort of sending the mental note for him to go up and kind of take a peek around the corner, sort of flies around. And you look and you see an absolute scene of pure, like, gory destruction. There's like an open square where a market was once. And you see littered all over the ground through Ravenclaw's, or through Nevermore's eyes, is just body parts, hacked apart. The stones here dyed like a gelatinous crimson. And you see sort of trotting, like in a parade trot, around the courtyard, is a large, fiery horse with spiked barding. The hooves and mane and nostrils are flaring out these, like, absolutely magnificent red flames, and sitting upon its back is a very intimidating plate-armored knight in black spiked armor, wielding what looks to be a lance made of hellish fire in his hand.
Ooh.
You watch as its head snaps to the side, and a citizen, a small child that Nevermore sees, begins running, and it sort of rears back on this nightmare horse's reins, and the horse just takes off. And he just reels up and he just stabs the lance through the child, lifting it up into the air. And then, as if flicking a booger from his finger, just sort of flicks his lance to the side and the child just and just splats against a wall and falls down.
Oh,
This thing is just moving around, hunting.
I think you might be a little too late, Thorn.
I begin to relay what Nevermore spotted to everyone, but I say it quietly as I try to emphasize how deadly this thing is that Nevermore spotted.
You're watching as Rhea is beginning to stand and pull out her sword as you're relaying this, but Lulu flies in. You can't go. No, it's too dangerous. It's far too strong. It's one of the corrupted ones. It's one of the betrayers. And this is what Ravenclaw is describing to you guys.
Can't fight this thing.
Holy hell.
For the city, we must first get to the citadel.
And Lulu is very, very scared. Like, she is like visibly trembling while she's trying to float. And just the sound and description of what Lulu said is kicking into Rhea's mind, and she knows that this is one of the oath-fallen paladins that rode with the Hell Riders, that betrayed Zariel, and gained power from it. The Holy Font is right. This thing, even with our numbers, might be too powerful.
I'll take your word for it.
I need everybody, as everybody begins to move away, I need everybody to give me stealth checks. This is going to be...
I'm going to use my inspiration for this to make it normal.
Yeah.
This is going to be a group stealth check.
Yeah, I'm going to burn my inspiration too.
I think I might as well.
Yes.
Are we just tripping over ourselves getting away from this thing?
Oh no, I got a critical here.
With Wox's critical, and 1, 2, 3, with a total of 4 successes, and Wox's critical, he's able to kind of guide you guys into an alley, away from where there's loose shale that a couple people kind of slipped on. And in the distance, Wox, as you begin to move everybody through, you hear the sort of like loud neighing sound that sounds like monstrous. Like, imagine if Godzilla neighed. That's what it would sound like. And
Oh god.
the hooves begin hammering, and you guys all begin to sort of like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then the sound is moving away from you guys. And it's getting further and further and further away. Taking a moment to unclench your buttholes. You guys kind of sit in the darkness a little bit. Go ahead, Mox.
Right. I think I just solved myself.
Well, that could have gone really bad.
Lucky enough, I've access to capability. I think I know.
Ravenclaw, are you able to see if it left the bridge or if it's still guarding the bridge?
Let me check with Nevermore.
It wasn't at the bridge. You guys just came from here, and the Narzagon creature was here, in this area. And then the sound of it moving away was going this way. as you think it might have found another survivor that it was hunting down. But as you do send Nevermore ahead, the group begins to move up the alleyway. Rhea kind of makes her way here, and you guys find yourselves in another sort of open square area. Seemingly clear of all people. It's very quiet. Nevermore streaks off towards the bridge. And he sees on the other side what look to be 4 winged creatures, like perched up on stone, and what look to be 2 very familiar-looking snake-bearded demons. Or devils, sorry, standing at the other side, sort of looking around and gazing. Nevermore sees one kind of pick up a human arm off the ground and begin to kind of like eat it, as it seems to be that they're on watch duty.
You said 2 of the bearded devils and then 4 winged ones?
Yes. And it's 4 of the winged ones that you guys just fought.
So, looks like there's watch duty. 2 of those bearded devils we fought back in that estate, and then 4 of those spine devils again. Not looking forward to those spine devils.
Is there any way to distract them? Like, I don't know, could Nevermore maybe like, or even like walks, make it seem like there's somebody on the other side so we can, well, if we get close enough, I mean.
Perhaps we should check the other bridge first.
Miles!
The dwarves would be like, it's no good. The other bridges are watched too. We tried, and that's when we ran into that baby devil thing that chased us down into that building.
I tried talking.
Sally is pretty successful at that. Go ahead, Sally. Step forward and talk to them. We'll stay back here and watch from a distance in case it...
Yes, way back over here, and then we'll make a bet to see how many puncture ones you get before they understand you.
These devils, they want some sort of contract with you. They are the only reason they would help us is if they got something in return or if there's something to gain. I don't think that they're willing to compromise with us. But we have that they don't have.
Oh, we have plenty.
What, are you gonna give them your soul?
Does she even have one?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rhea kind of snarls, do you even have a soul?
See, she gets it!
Well, we can't always hack and slash our way through.
Well, what would you tell them that you think they would allow us passage across the bridge?
It will just depend on what they want and how this conversation goes. But, I mean, that's if they're in a talkative mood. We were lucky enough that our winged friend, Wing, as he calls himself, if you remember, he was more of a talkative mood because he was tired of fighting.
Well, sure, give it a try. I'm willing to stand back here and watch and see if you can have as much success as you did with the winged devil.
We did also make sure that Walks and Ravenclaw could pose as them if needed, but that's just another option.
Unfortunately, Ravenclaw may have to do all the talking. I still haven't figured out.
Were they? I guess were they on the other side of the bridge, or were they on our side of the bridge?
They're on the other end, guarding it.
They're trying to keep people away from High Hall, I believe. The dwarf acolyte kind of speaks up. A lot of the people that's been over here on the east side, they're being systematically hunted down, like gathering as many as they can. Some have been taken alive, others killed for sport.
You said you were ran from Thorn from the other bridge, right? Was it the Watch Bridge, or did they just contact others?
Say that again?
I'm asking is, they said that the other bridge was being watched, right? Was it that watch party that chased them, or did they call reinforcements?
The patrol you fought when you rescued us from the fallen house was one of their kill squads. They were just going from house to house. Anybody that they deemed too old, they would try to kill. They've been trying to gather the children and the young. Both bridges are guarded, but that patrol was different. They weren't a part of the bridge guard.
Do you remember what sort of creatures were guarding the other bridge?
We saw them from the other side. We can't fight these things. We're not like... She kind of holds her hands out to all of you. Like, we're not as strong
I
as you
understand. But can you describe what they look like, if you remember?
It was too far away. But if that one's saying that his bird is telling him what they look like, then there you go.
Well,
And Ravenclaw described 4 spine devils, the same ones you just fought, and 2 bearded devils, the one that gave you guys a lot of trouble in the Van Thamper underground prison, where Fallister Fisk was being held.
right. Well, the bearded ones might be more talkative than the spines. If they're just the watch, they will most likely just call for the group, so they won't leave their post. So we have 3 options: go in, guns blazing, try to stealth our way, or try to talk our way.
If you want to go make friends with them, then you can go make friends with them. But I think I feel the same as most of this group, that I'd rather remove their heads from their shoulders.
Right. I don't think that there is any way to stealth past them because there's no river here for us to swim across underneath this bridge. If we're getting across this bridge, we have to do it through them.
Let me. I'm gonna send Nevermore to kind of look about the bridge and like the beginning part where we would walk upon to see if there's like easy ways for us to kind of sneak forward and get a surprise attack on them.
What if we climb under the bridge and like hang on to the bottom of the bridge and like monkey bar it across?
Let's just say that Ravenclaw would have described everything that Nevermore was seeing and telling him. At the beginning of the bridge, it looked like there was an open sort of cart market that was set up. Now it's sort of like completely been destroyed. There's bodies kind of littering the roadway. The bridge is probably... Let me look at my battle map. From one end to the other, the bridge is about 200 feet long. And they are exactly on the opposite side, the western side of the bridge. And Nevermore would estimate that it's probably a 500 to 600 foot fall to the base of the valley because the city is being held over the actual plains of Avernus, and that the war is raging below it.
Well, if you wish to try to take their heads, then is everybody up to the challenge? I mean, do we need to rest for the evening?
Raven,
No, I'm ready now.
Ravenclaw,
I start walking across the bridge.
Hold on.
can you ask Nevermore to see if he can spot glyph rings in the stone if they're still there? And there should be 2 pedestals, large obelisk-shaped devices made of stone, directly in the middle of the bridge.
Following that description, I'll relay that to Nevermore to look for that.
Along the scarred stone bridge, there are these coppery brass looking rings. One on the west end, one in the center, and one on the east end. Inset into the stone. There is one standing obelisk structure in the middle. The other one on the south side is broken, as it looks like a comet or something almost took out a portion of that bridge, shattering the obelisk.
I'll relay that to Rhea. Pierce.
Rhea looks to everybody. When the city fell the first time, under the undead assault, when the vampires came, and it was safe, the bridges were made to be holding points. If we can get to the center, I can try to activate the obelisk. And if it still works, we can turn the warding glyphs on, and we might be able to shower them in radiance.
Won't that be a beacon for the fallen?
Maybe.
It's a risk.
It's easier to fight them.
The Radiance would help us, as devils do not seem to like that kind of energy. I think
very
this is a
hard.
good plan.
It's very hard for any sort of dark energy to stand in its presence.
I think that's a great idea.
How long would you need to get this set up?
We'd need to run to the middle of the bridge, and I would just need to say the right prayer to activate it. Not very long.
Well, I'll protect you while you run to the bridge. Let's do.
Lulu kind of flies around in a circle. I'm ready.
Of course you are.
Julian will crack his knuckles and he's like, "Let's do this."
Lulu flies over to Chani and kind of buzzes about your head. And she kind of whispers, "Can we push her off the cliff?" And she kind of points towards Sally with her trunk.
Wax will check his rapier, dust his armor off.
You gotta go. Where's Slobber Chops?
As much as I would like to say yes, no, she can be useful.
Slobber Shop, just hanging out in somebody's like backpack or pouch, just chilling.
She can be in my backpack.
Slobberchops is like Schrodinger's cat. They're not there until you look for them.
I pictured that Slobber Chops is already on the other side, just like staring at us.
Food.
It's just yowling right now in your backpack, Johnny. And as it hears Sally's voice ask where it is, you hear this.
Oh, there's
kind of hisses at her.
Here's the creature. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, don't sound like the president, shall we?
Give me a second. Okay, so what is your guys' battle plan?
I guess they want to dash towards the middle to get the beacon.
Right, and I'm gonna protect the caster who's gonna perform the ritual activation.
I would suggest that Thorn and Chani are kind of arrowheading the charge with Rhea right behind her. And then some of
Spearheading?
us... Yes, thank you.
I was like, that's a
While
pretty
some
small
of us
charge.
are guarding either the left flank or the right flank, those of us who have more range towards the rear, providing support.
Where do you think I should go? Because most
Okay, so just to note, if you guys zoom in, I'm going to say that right now you guys are here, inside this courtyard of this hotel-like building, sneaking in and now taking a look. This is what you see. You can see a rift in the earth that is now dividing El Terrell in 2 pieces, where a river once ran, according to Rhea before, as the city was split by the river flowing through, the bridges on both sides. The closer you get, the sounds of the echoing roars and sounds of battle from below the city are starting to come up. Explosions can be heard as like audible staccato notes. And you see a bridge that's about 20 feet wide, 200 feet long. The stonework looks damaged. You think from your position you see somewhere close to the middle where there is a large gaping hole. I'm going to move you to the map so you guys get an idea of what you're looking at.
That's a cool map.
How big is the radius of this energy?
It'll encompass the bridge. They should attack us. When they do, I can activate the obelisk. And once they're stuck in, Torm's fiery rage will consume them.
Well then, is everybody ready? And if needed,
Yeah.
I can have Nevermore on the other side drop a rock somewhere to see if it can distract them. Just in case, since nobody said anything, I'll have
Rhea
Nevermore
begins
kind
to creep forward.
Sorry, what was that?
Rhea begins to creep forward as you say that. And does this Nevermore take off?
Yes, Nevermore will be ready over there, and on my word, we'll just drop a rock from up high to fall somewhere behind them to distract them.
Okay, so place Nevermore where you want him. Is he picking up a rock on this side you guys are at?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
So he's
no,
gonna.
because he's invisible and it'll look like a
Looked like a flying rock, and I would make some perception checks to see what was going on.
He'll pick the rock up over there.
Nevermore flies over, lands, hides behind a statue, picks up a rock. Tell us when, Ravenclaw.
I'll have Nevermore go up like 40 feet. That way he's not near the rock where it hits when it draws their attention. Alright. Now.
Rock drops, Rhea takes off, followed by Thorn, Shawnee. The rock falls.
Lim is going with Johnny and Thorn as well.
Lim charges forward. The rock drops. Nevermore watches as one of the large bearded devils turns around. He hears him say, "Check it out." And one of the devils begins to fly over. You guys break three. Break three.
Now, the dwarf guy caster is coming with us, right? We're protecting him? The one who's going to do the ritual?
No, it's actually Rhea's going to do the ritual.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who. Somebody was going to do it. So I'm staying with Rhea.
As the group gets to here, they're spotted by the watchful eyes over here. We're going to roll initiative. We're going to have a race.
Wow, Sally's really up front. Sally is kind of taking the lead, like usual. You know what? Maybe we should just let her have this one. We could. She could take him.
She said she could deal with them, so hopefully she can. Oh, god dang it.
You trust me, Chani.
I don't distrust you yet. I'm
I trust
indifferent.
you about as much as a warthog's backside can stay dry.
We're gonna have to change that now, aren't we, Chani?
Well, trust is earned. So, as long as you earn trust, I will freely give it.
Mark, did these maps come with the... Did you purchase these separately, or did they come with...
No, this was a very, very kind individual who posted these for free to use on Reddit. So, otherwise, I would have had to try to make my own, which wouldn't have been quite as cool as these.
This is great, and I really appreciate that people do that. And then
There's a bunch, there's a guy that redid High Hall, to where it's not like, kind of like how the Tomb of Annihilation maps look, and like some of the maps in here look, where it's just the brown line on a white background. Like, they went through and photoshopped the crap out of them, and they look so cool, but I was like, I already have all these, like, I don't want to add more pictures. Okay, I believe that should be everybody on my end. Jesus, those dwarf commoners, man. They roll some wicked initiative.
I'm also on the other side.
Oh, yeah, of course I didn't roll for the fucking monsters.
Oh, I see two Nevermore tokens.
That's perfect. They didn't let me roll disadvantage, but that's perfect because he's distracted, so he should go last. Top of round 1, Siren. You begin to run. You kind of begin to outpace everybody a little bit, and you watch as now from the other side, the devils are sort of getting ready to sort of run across and meet the charge. What's your passive perception, Siren? Johnny.
Alright. I'm not gonna rage yet, because I only have one of those left. So I'm just gonna move my 40 feet. And then I will... I'm gonna go ahead and move the other 4. There. And I have my sword in one hand and my javelin ready in another.
Sounds good. Stroben. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. Beta.
I'm gonna double move. There. Sit right there. Alright. That is that.
Okay. The other dwarf. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20 to there. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet to there in the air. Lulu's got mad speed. She's only going to go up to here. This guy's going to ready a ranged attack. .30 to here. Chani's a bit too far away, so she's just going to do that. Key Lim.
Then I'm going to use my action to dash. Alright.
Nevermore.
Nevermore double moves to there.
Sneaky little bird. Backstab with the raven's beak, huh?
If only he could do more damage.
How high are
Sally.
the flying ones?
They are level to the bridge, but they're on the floating off the outside flying.
I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
When did you cast that?
It takes an action, so I moved, and then at the end of my, I figure I cast it as I'm moving. I can't double move, so
Where did you cast it? Right there? Your spell has no effect.
You're in Lulu's aura.
it is literally. Oh, I can't see her its aura.
You can't see the aura. So I will say that you cast it, and then you began to move like a spider.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see an aura. I didn't hear you. I thought Mulu just moved.
Yep, she moved, but her aura's on. She can suppress it if she wants, but it's almost always on.
And you said 10 feet, right?
Yep. So you're just on the outskirts of it.
So I would be.
And I think nothing happens if you cast a spell and move in. You just can't do anything.
Or can you post the aura?
Any spell of 5th level or lower cast from outside the barrier can affect creatures or objects within it, even if the spell is cast using higher level spots. Such a spell can target a creature and objects within the barrier, but the spell has no effect on them. Similarly, the area within the barrier is excluded from the areas such spells. Olifant can use an action to suppress it.
So, Mark, the way I read that is if
it is
Sally was
excluded.
invisible, she would become visible when she went into the aura, but it wouldn't cancel her spell. So if she left the aura, she would become invisible again.
Okay. So we'll just say
Does
that
it-
you know, you sort of know what this weird little elephant thing is doing, and you're just sort of keeping your distance and moving away.
Okay, now we'll put it on
Give
the
yourself,
ninja.
yeah, give yourself the ninja mask. Ravenclaw.
I'll double move to there.
Okay. Velcora is going to waddle forward. 5, 15, 20, 25 to there. She's got some cantrips. Thorn.
Okay, here we go. I'll make sure I'm in range of this. I want to point the shield to this. Point the shield. that position and say, shoot it! Shoot them down. Shoot them down, shield. So we're gonna do the fireball right.
Oh, here we go. The shield's coming to good use.
Right here?
Just get ready for when the bridge collapses.
Don't jinx.
You hear this sort of groaning of metal as the mouth on the shield now begins to animate, different from when it was when you guys were still in the material plane, as the devilish maw opens up, and there's this sort of yes as the small modifier, and then it begins to grow, and it just shoots forward. Okay, I think I just need to make sure they all have advantage here. They all have advantage. Okay, 2 bearded devils first. They both succeed. And now 1, 2, 3 spine devils. Good lord. Okay, they all succeed. Go ahead and roll 8d6 for the fireball damage.
It's a DC 21, it says.
Oh, that's right. I'm an idiot. So 2 successes. 2 successes, 3 failures. I forgot. It has a stupid height DC. Okay. So that's going to be 2 bearded devils, and the last guy, which was this one here, going to take 13.
I brought this shield, I might as well use it.
Okay. The 2 that succeeded only took 6 because of the resistance and the half damage. Thorn, give me a wisdom saving throw really quick. Thank you. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
That will be the end of my turn.
Okay. This guy's like, oh shit! 30, 35, 40. Walks.
Alright. No. Oh no, my roll 20 crashed. Hold on.
Would you like to double move?
That's what I was actually gonna do. Just like I was just about to click and it crashed.
25, 30. Were you gonna do anything? Did you want to run to the front or did you want to stay back?
Oh wow, that's a bit of a zoom.
I moved you 30 feet to there.
Alright, I think I'm going to move... Actually, no. Are they within distance? And I can't tell because everything's closed out.
They are 110 feet away from you, the closest ones on the bridge. The closest one that's flying to you is 90 and 95.
Alright, I'll probably yell out to Chani, cry havoc and let's let the dogs roar, and give her an inspiration.
Okay.
I love it. I'm feeling very inspired based on that quote.
Is that a D6?
D8.
D8. Okay. That was your bonus action to give the Bardic Inspiration. Did you want to use your action to keep going?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep running. 5, 10, 15, 28, 25, 30 right next to Beta.
Okay. Siren.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15,
Those are the pillars, right?
Oh man.
25, 30. I'm being very reckless right now, and then here goes Flash. Disregard that. Disregard that. I accidentally put out advantage. It was actually a 19.
Oh.
Go ahead and just toggle normal and just roll again.
Okay.
$16. 16 hits.
Just waiting for it to load up. There you go. And dash, so I can't use a bonus action.
Don't forget the crit damage. No, she didn't crit. She got a 16. Right? Or was Mark calling it?
She got a 16.
Yeah.
So it'll take the 7 points of piercing damage from Flash as you shoot out.
It also takes the sneak attack because she's a swashbuckler, right?
That's right.
Yes.
What's the wording on that?
If she doesn't have an ally standing next to her. She has to be soloing something, which she is.
There we go. Okay.
I think that one.
Yes. Yeah, you also gain an additional way to use your sneak attack.
Yeah, if nothing else is within 5 feet of her other than her, she can get it. Because she's dueling it.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn? Johnny. Little sister just ran way ahead.
Yeah, she did, and I'm feeling like I need to go protect her. But I can't quite get there.
You did say you had the javelin, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I can hit something with a javelin, but I can't hit any creatures that, Alright, so I'm going to move 40 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. But as I get to about here, I'm going to hurl the javelin that I have in my...
Okay.
And then I have my sword in my... Now I'm holding my sword, but I'm going to javelin that creature. Wait, shit. No, if I do that, I could lose my javelin.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm not sure now.
Bet you can kill something with the javelin's terminal velocity down there.
Something in the battle down below will just die. Javelin being
stabbed the
No, I need to recover my javelins, so I am going to actually stop here. And javelin this one here.
Okay.
This guy here.
That hits.
So I hit him with a javelin, and my ancestral guardians surround him.
He grabs the javelin and just throws it off the bridge.
Damn it! Well, then in a furious fit of rage, I'd throw my other javelin at him. And that's the same frickin' rolls I got last time. Exactly to the T.
So the other one's still sticking out of his quad as he sort of kind of bends down a little bit as you throw the next one, and it sails over his back, skittering on the ground.
Alright, that's my turn. I'm not raging yet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Not bad. Stroven the dwarf has hidden behind the statue. Beta.
She is going to move. Oop, oop, oop. Ooh. She's gonna sacred flame that guy right there. Hopefully.
Which guy? This guy? Which guy?
This one right here with the little marking on him.
Okay. Bearded devil. He succeeds.
Alright, and she's gonna stay there.
Okay. Kartra is unable to hide, I think. You got 2 spine attacks coming at you. Normal. 13 beta. Marcy, does a 13 hit? Okay, here comes the second one. Ugh, 5. I don't know what to describe. I'll just say that
He whips his tail up and it stabs himself in the back of the head.
Beta
Beta
just holds up her shield like, please.
Okay, that's the end of his turn. Lulu. He's not going to use it yet. 5, 10, 20. To there. Oh! I forgot to use it, fuck it. I readied a tail attack action if anybody came close, Siren ran in, and I totally spaced it. So here comes 2 spine attacks at Siren. 21. 6 piercing, 5 fire. Here comes the second one. For a 9. Did you get that, Siren?
Siren's gonna uncanny dodge it.
You're not Siren. I'm waiting
Siren's
for
gonna uncanny dodge it.
Oh, Rick is audacity! Nope! Are you gonna uncanny dodge that one? So it'll be 3 fire, or sorry, 3 piercing, 2 fire.
I say she charmed the damage to lessen it.
30. Oh, so close. She's gonna have to use her action to dash. There. Oh no. These guys are mean. You watch now, Siren, as its sort of snake-like beard fans out and comes and attacks you. Normal. Missing with an 8. And now his glaive is going to swing around and coming in at you. 13.
Oh my god!
You're just too quick. Keelim.
Siren, you are the best pirate I have ever seen. I'm going to go and stand next to Chani, and I'm going to throw one of my nails at this guy because I believe I have advantage on this attack, yes?
You see that his wing is kind of crimped a little bit, like he has a cramp, like my hand right now, and he's trying to work it out, so you got advantage. 24 hits. Okay.
Yep, that's all I can do.
You can't throw another one. Okay. Wait, that's going to keep him through. Nevermore.
Nevermore is gonna fly down at an angle and provide the help action on that one.
Okay. This one's going to throw some retaliatory strikes at Keelim. That's the wrong sheet. Here comes 2 tail spines coming at you, Keelim. 12.
That's a miss.
And that's a crit.
Oh. I wish I could protect you somehow, Keelim, because it did go right now.
Just wait, though. Okay. So. That's going to be...
Oh.
So it's going to be 6 plus 1 for 7 fire. And then 6 plus 3. So 9. 9 plus 7 is
16.
16.
Can I try to do cutting words on that?
Can you cutting words somebody else?
I think you have to do that before he rolls, but why don't you click it and see what it says?
Hold on. Where is it?
It might be, Oh, that doesn't have to be before. You just have to see the thing attack. If he has a reaction mark, I think he can do that, which would reduce your crit.
No, because it's just against the roll, right? You can choose this. Come on, where did it go? When it makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll. Yes, so go ahead and expend your D8, and we'll see if Keelim can catch this puppy.
Alright.
I think you need to crit this for him to catch it.
Well, he got a 6.
Yes, I basically just yell out, "Unfortunately, I got uglier!"
Okay. So you're unable to catch this Keelim as you begin to move, and I don't know what Walk says in the background, "Buck Futta" or something, and it just kind of distracts the thing a bit. But as you try to close your hand around it, it sinks into your chest, but you're able to grab the sort of butt end, reducing the damage by 6. So let's make it...
Black missiles reduction still happen as well, so do you reduce it by 14? I just think he doesn't get to catch the missile, but he still reduces it.
Right. That's right. So you only take... I'll say you catch all the piercing damage, it just burns you for what's left. 2 fire? Right? 2 fire?
So, Ronnie, you see, it like went through my hand, but it still got me in the chest, and I pull it out. And there's no blood. That's creepy.
You do see him kind of wince in pain though as he drops it, and you see like his hand is smoking, and there's like char marks, and he kind of like hides it really quick.
I grit my teeth in battle speech and say, "You would have made a great barbarian warrior."
I'm sure you intended that as a compliment.
No, Mark. You're supposed to attack someone besides me. God damn it!
You were right there, bro. Like it was charging at you. You were charging at them. You threw your javelin out.
I
twice.
did.
Then Diesel rock. Here we go.
All right. I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Here comes the beard attack. 12.
12 will miss.
Now he's gonna stake his halberd in and try to get you. As you kind of leaned back to avoid the beard into your gut here. 15.
That is exactly what you need.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. What was your AC before your new armor?
14.
Oh, good lord. Okay, so you're going to take 3 points of slashing.
I'm going to take 7 because I'm not raging yet.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
It's
So
my
there's
last
no
rage
ancestral
today. I'm
guardian.
afraid to waste it.
Oh, so there's no ancestral guardians either.
Oh god, that's right. There's no ancestral guardians. That is part of my rage.
I
Good
need
call.
a Constitution saving throw.
Mary got the inspiration just in case.
I don't have an inspiration on my character sheet.
You have a bardic inspiration.
Oh, the bardic inspiration. Okay, well if my constitution roll is low, I'll use it.
You succeed.
Good thing.
Okay, that's the end of his turn.
I guess I'm gonna have to use my rage.
Sally.
Okay. I've been thinking about this long and hard.
Get ready for the fireball, y'all.
I
Ready for the betrayal.
don't have fireball yet.
Yes.
Mark, I can't remember. What are these rings?
Those are the runic glyphs that she was sort of talking about.
Okay, and she's at the pillar that she needs to be at, right?
Yep.
I go there. I'll be safe. And there. Dude, I am completely invisible.
Why would you run all the way there?
He's going to flank on the other bridge.
Okay. Raven.
I'm gonna unleash my Eldritch Ravens on the spine devil line closest to Beta.
Okay. That hits. Oh boy. Almost dead. That'll kill it. And it just falls.
Blessed be the Raven Queen.
Okay, is that the end of your turn? You're gonna move?
Nope, I'm gonna stay there.
Okay.
Provide cover from a distance.
Did Ray do the ritual thing?
Get the double action to get there. 10, 15, 20, 25.
I don't know what you were so afraid of, Sally. We're taking on these devils like they're...
Yeah, you don't know she's.
5, 10, 15 to there. That's the end of her turn. She had a double move. Thorn.
Thorn's falling behind, so he's gonna double move. Okay, that will be his turn.
Okay. $23, I believe, finally hit Siren. That's 4 piercing, 4 fire.
Come on, Siren. Uncanny dodge. You don't run out of those. Unless you don't want to use your reaction. No, you can do it every turn that you get your reaction back. Every turn.
She already used it. She hasn't gotten it back yet.
Oh, I thought she'd had a turn. Oh yeah, I guess her turn's... Okay, you're right.
Rocks.
Alright.
Yeah, you're the first. You're the first up.
5, 10, 20, 25, 30, and... I wish he knew what he was barking at. Taking a look at this guy over here, I am going to... I'm going to just make a small smirk. If you're any uglier, you might actually be a challenge to fight. And I'll do vicious mockery.
Can you ping him again?
Yes. The one right in front of Chani.
Ooh, he fails. How dare you insult his beard?
I've seen better bristles on a brush.
I'll give him that sign for the disadvantage on his first attack. Okay, did you want to use any bonus actions?
No, I'm just gonna say right there and be ready.
Okay. Siren.
Alright, see if I can end this creature's life.
You have advantage.
I do. Awesome.
$19 hits.
Then offhand.
What the heck?
Oops.
Hold on. Save your offhand because he only had 22 hits.
Okay. Okay.
22. Holy crap.
That was exactly what you needed.
Alright, well, time to go for the next one.
Okay.
How is it normal?
$19 hits. Sweet baby Jesus. You only get sneak attack once per turn though, right?
I'm sorry about that. I'll take that off. I forgot to take it off. Just 11. Just 11. Sorry.
Oh, never mind. That was...
Sweet lord, that's a lot of damage. It's amazing. It's still alive, apparently.
I'm just gonna stay in melee range.
Okay. Johnny.
Alright. It's time to make some noise. I'm gonna go and burn my last rage.
You don't need to burn your rage.
You don't think? Oh, I guess we're about to activate the ritual.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, you're right, so I won't. But, I am gonna... Oh, no, not... And that's right, Siren almost did that thing, too. Okay, I thought Siren was still surrounded. I don't need to burn a rage. I'm gonna go ahead and just chop the guy down.
The thing you're good at.
Yep, I'm just gonna attack him twice.
We might not even need Rhea to activate the sigil.
There you go.
Ball.
Yeah, 28 points of slashing damage.
He's almost dead.
Yeah, and I will move. I'll just move around him, just kind of around to the other side to kind of flank him with key limb.
Stroven's going to stay there. Beta.
Can I walk past that way?
You're going to have to move around it. Otherwise, you're going to have to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That was 5. Oop. 15. 25. 30. Oh, hot damn.
Oh, yeah, he might still be alive. Roll the dagger damage.
Well, that's offhand against the Spine Devil, right?
Yep. Go ahead and roll the dagger damage, Siren. Okay, he's got a little bit more health. That's about it. Sorry about that, Marcy. Go ahead.
Alright, can I Sacred Flame that thing?
Which thing? The thing that Johnny's fighting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Over here. Yeah, with the red dot.
It will succeed.
Yep. Later, just put her out again. She's gonna stay right there.
Okay. $45. Lulu's just gonna lay the hammer down. Try to kill it. Oh, Lulu!
Wow! Go, little elephant.
That's actually perfect. That is max damage, 6 plus 6 for 12. As she just bulldozes this guy into fucking oblivion.
Lulu's got some fight in her.
There's almost this, like, sort of from behind where you hear him kind of go, ugh, and he just falls forward. And then the little elephant there is, like, sort of buzzing around a little dizzily. Good job, Lou.
Johnny, what have you been teaching that thing?
I'm just learning how to use a trunk.
Siren, give me a strength or athletics check. Your choice. Its taloned feet shoot for your shoulders to try to grab you and fly off into the sky, and you manage to just barely duck out of the way.
Okay, that's scary. Only a legendary creature like Twitch could survive a fall from this height.
Yeah. That's the end
true.
of its turn. Well, no, because that's only its first grapple action attack. 20 feet away. Just in spite, it's going to shoot one tail spine at you.
Doesn't the grapple action take place overall, even if it has multi-attack?
No. It just takes one of the multi-attacks.
Yep, same with Chef.
15, Siren? Siren, what armor are you wearing?
Studded leather, I think it was. I have to look.
So that's 13 plus, what's your dex?
It's 2?
So 15.
Oh, plus 3.
I believe.
Yeah, 15.
I believe Swashbuckler allows you to add your charisma mod to it. 2, or is it one or the other?
No, it was just for my initiative, I thought.
Yeah, it's for initiative.
Okay, I thought it was for the AC. Weird.
Yeah, it's initiative.
The Van Thamper guy on the Low Lantern boat was able to add his charisma to his armor because he was so charming.
Awesome.
Okay, so you'll take 3 piercing, 6 fire. Okay, you will take 1 piercing, 3 fire. Rhea is going to use her action to place her hands on the glyph and pray. There's a sound of crackling energy. The runic glyphs on the obelisk and the rings are beginning to burn to life as a pop of white light and a force shoots out from the bridge. Awesome. And you watch as the devils within the bridge take 22 points of radiant damage and just blow apart like party balloons.
With the bridge ignited, I will usher everybody across. And as I count heads, I notice that Sally is not with us.
Thorn's gonna do a quick check, make sure, and see if Nethermore got blasted by these things. If Shield obviously didn't get blasted. And wondering if Sally got blasted by these things, since he seem to attack devils.
Ravenclaw?
Yes.
I believe Nevermore turns into a Fey spirit, correct? This just uses Find Familiar, right? With a bonus.
Yeah.
So let's see. You gain the service of Familiar, a spirit that takes the animal form you choose. But you chose, though it is celestial, fey, or fiend, instead of... Oh. Well, shit. That was one thing I didn't think of. Ravenclaw, there is a slight absence in your kind of soul as you feel your companion bird, Nevermore, is not with you. Because he's an imp.
Yeah.
Totally didn't.
I
totally didn't
completely
think of
spaced
that.
on me.
What a brave little bastard.
It's okay. I'll summon another.
Everybody okay? Everyone's still alive?
I don't see Sally.
Oh yeah, where did Sally go? Sally!
Yeah, perhaps.
I call out.
Perhaps she was vaporized by the bridge.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, how about a moment of silence for Sally? The moment has passed. We can now continue on.
Then we'll quickly do a little maybe find what awaits you at the other end. And then whatever. Let's go.
I am alive, you ass.
Wait, what? You do what?
I am alive.
Oh, she's talking to us from beyond the grave.
Johnny, ready your sword in case she tries to possess you.
I
knew that if she died, she would remain here in hell. So her spirit, it makes sense that her spirit is here talking to us.
pinch Chani's ass.
You pinch my ass?
Yeah.
That's an attack. You turn visible again.
I'll call that an attack.
You guys watch as Sally appears and she's sexually assaulting Chani. What do you do?
Right, that's an attack. I call that an assault.
It's a backhand. It's a backhand.
Elim ushers everybody across as the runes are still glowing. As soon as you step off of the bridge, you feel the sort of energizing, radiant magic that exudes from Torm sort of leave you, and the feeling of assurance and strength and confidence kind of leaves again as the aura leaves you and you're stuck now in the sort of winds of hell again. At least you're off the bridge, the vertigo kind of fading. As Keelan kind of stops, Rhea moves up next to him. The hill starts towards the high hall. Let's go quietly.
Yes, lead the way. We need to get away from this bridge as fast as possible.
Okay, everybody give me stealth checks as you guys begin to move now through the western part of town.
Do I have an advantage since I'm still invisible?
Yes. Oh God. Okay. The failures. The failures are outweighed by the successes. And I mean, Rhea is leading the way. She's moving quickly, and she's trying to go as quietly as she can. Like she's sort of holding on to her scabbard to make sure that it's not beating against her leg armor, but she's still making clinks and clangs. She kind of stops up next to a window, peeks around a corner, and then she continues on, and you guys sort of Scooby-Doo gang further up the road, kind of sticking in through alleyways, cutting in and out. Crossing the road into this alleyway, you guys begin to move. And then you hear another scream. This time, a woman's scream, desperate, asking for help. And there's deep, vocal laughter. Give me a perception check.
Everybody?
Yep, if you want.
Sorry, I did not mean to make a performance check. I just clicked the wrong one.
It's all good. Those of you with 17s or higher can pick up 3 different distinct voices. Rhea quickly moves to the corner of the building, peeks around, and then you hear another help! And you watch as she rips her sword free from her scabbard and runs out into the street. And that's where we're going to leave it today.
Oh no!
She's gonna get she's gonna get us all killed.
Man. We thought that last fight was gonna be hard, and we aced that one. I think I took 2 points of damage.
You did really well.
I also only took 2 points of damage to my temporary.
You took 7, Johnny. Okay, 7.
You're right. It was 7 because I had 47, and now I have 40. Yep.
Don't short end me like that.
I did take 7, but I still have a rage left. Thank you, DM, for not letting me spend it.
Yeah, man. I don't think you got to spend it in this fight either. So,
Is it safe to say that Cyrun's the MVP for this one?
yeah, she did ridiculous amounts of damage today, and dodged everything like Neo for the Matrix. So, Siren was pretty on point today. You went a whole episode with a couple encounters, and you didn't go down, Carla. That's amazing.
I know. I think my luck's
Still-
gonna follow me for next session.
You still have your 2 lives left. Man, I was like, I gotta do something. I was like, I'm gonna try to grab Carla and see if I can drag her off the cliff. I was amazed. Why did you choose athletics over acrobatics?
I got it with the sailor background. Oh. Yeah.
I was like, oh man, she rolled a 13. I was like, shit. We would have tried to movitize it though to see if we can get some, like Chani running off the bridge and like grabbing onto the edge like Captain America and then like grabbing your arm or something.
Yes.
That would have been fun.
I generally take proficiency in athletics with low strength character because I need some kind of bonus to athletics rolls. Because they come up more than acrobatics checks in game usually.
I have a feeling that once you guys see what Rhea saw, you guys are going to do the same thing. But yeah, the fun thing about this city is there's like little teeny tiny encounters like sprinkled everywhere, and they're super fun. Like encountering the dwarves that were buried. Like if Ravenclaw would have gotten like a good perception, you guys could have ambushed that party. It just so happened that we got 2 crit fails in a row, which was pretty brutal. Yeah, like there's a bunch of non-encounter ones, which are fun. Like the zombie children was supposed to be an encounter, but sometimes zombies can be boring, and I didn't want you guys to fight 12 zombies, so I just made you guys feel terrible about yourselves for killing zombie children.
I don't feel terrible.
Yeah. So, I know we cut it. Like 13 minutes short tonight, but I thought we had a pretty good session going into there, and I'm starting to get a little dizzy. So
That's okay. I need to turn on my fan, and it's really loud. You guys wouldn't like me to have it on during games. I need to cool my house down.
Yeah, you guys are now on the home stretch, trying to get to High Hall, and hopefully finding some more survivors and just trying to see what exactly was destroyed by this sort of little bit of explosion that happened, and really just trying to figure out what the hell is happening El Terrell. So Sally's sneaking off invisible. Intrigue, mystery, and
Curious.
yeah, let's do a quick vote for top 2 inspiration today. I'll let you guys take over.
I vote Cyrun and Nevermore.
Never.
Since
Looks like
we're
we got a
in
couple.
hell, would you say I have to summon a completely different one with that radiant damage doing that?
No, I mean you can summon the same one back. You just need, I believe, you need the ingredients for Find Familiar, which is like a brass. You need a brass bowl, 10 gold points worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs that must be consumed by fire in a brass brazier.
I think when I created this character, I had everything but the brazier because I realized he was too weak to carry that.
Okay. And you never know. You might just happen to find a brass brazier somewhere, so don't sweat it. I completely forgot about Nevermore, the bridge explosion, because I'm so used to him being a fucking raven. So
I knew it was a matter of time. I'd have to resummon him again. I think Ken killed Benriel's familiar, 4 or 5 times?
I did kill one of Fenrir's familiars once.
okay,
Sorry,
so
it was
we have one inspiration for Siren, and then it looks like we have a walks vote. That was pretty funny.
I know.
I showed you the picture.
I know. My mind spaced because I thought Halberd. I thought the full.
We have 2 votes walks, 1 vote Sally. Sally.
I missed the beginning, and I think Siren does, and Carla does deserve it, definitely.
I think you would have been proud of how I role played you at the beginning of the session.
No, I would have really enjoyed it.
It was enough to make Doug groan in anger. It's great.
I'll watch it. Doug, you still recordings, right?
I call
Yeah, I
Doug
do.
a lesser noble.
You're the lesser noble.
I would
It's not
definitely have
what
to
he
say.
called, it's how he did it.
That's great.
I would definitely say Styrene for one, because just going out there and going all out, that was, and the fact she hardly got hit, that was amazing. And yeah, I'm gonna say Thorn as well, because that foresight thought of using the fireball when no one else is on the bridge yet.
And he did manage to make the wisdom save as well. So. Looks like 2 votes Thorn, 2 votes Walks. We can roll a d6 to see who gets the higher, and whoever gets the higher can get the inspiration. If you guys want to play it that way, we'll gamble it out.
Actually, I step aside. I think
Thorn, go ahead and give yourself that inspiration point. Walks has graciously passed it over.
I'll let you know that I may save this inspiration point to resist the shield, so you may just save the whole party this way.
yeah. I've gotten the inspiration like a few times already, so it's like someone else needs to use it because I tend to forget half the.
Yeah, the shield's animated now. That looks awesome. Well, at least in my mind.
Mark, I can't remember. Do we lose inspiration if we didn't use it this session?
No, that's only in my Brave New World game. I like it because it makes you guys use it, and then I can give you more.
So, that's fine. I unfortunately didn't use it this session because I got it the previous one. So
Well, and you were really lucky, and like all your turns were right after Nevermore's use, giving you advantage. So how was your little rest? Was that a restaurant you went to?
Disney Springs, and that was the dinosaur restaurant.
I remember Disney Springs. We didn't go to the dinosaur one, right? We walked by it.
We didn't go in. We went to the Edison, but that restaurant was closed.
And then the dinosaur one is right next to the Lego store, right?
Yes.
I remember that place. Well, cool, guys. Thank you very much. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for dealing with some of my silences as I was trying to get my hands to work. And yeah, we'll see everybody here next Tuesday. I'll see some of you guys Friday and Saturday, which will be a lot of
Remember, I
fun.
won't be on Friday or Saturday. I will be driving back
Yep,
to
have a
Washington.
safe trip.
Thought you were flying back.
Oh, my mom's flying home. How else am I gonna get the rest of my shit home?
And Milo.
Milo coming home. Yes, he will be joining us on the road trip.
Does Dad know about Milo?
Dad,
about to ask that.
What was that, Chris?
Dad does know.
How do you take it? Yeah.
I heard he took it better than expected.
Oh. Well, that's good. He's a good pup. I think your dad will love him.
Mom, he's cuddling with Mom right now. Now I'm gonna blow up my air mattress because I don't have a bed anymore or a couch.
All right, on, man. Well, I guess we'll see you next Tuesday, or at least talk to you then for gaming. Awesome, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.
Good night, all.
Night.
Have a good night.
I love you.